there, and welcome to the Muse Talk. My name is Gadede Akusegbe. If you're here at the Muse Talk, I call it my safe haven, my safe space, where we communicate, we speak with artists, get to understand their craft, where it started, where it's going, and what the future looks like. The Muse Talk is powered by the Muse Hub and is brought to you by Lineal Thrift. And she hooked me up with this beautiful shirt. I don't know, but I think green looks good on me, right? Yeah, I'm rocking the green. So just call the number on your screen if you also want a beautiful shirt for your corporate wears, wherever you want to wear a shirt to, your two-piece suit, your palazzo trousers and top. She's your girl. She'll hook you up. Trust me. We take a quick break. When we come back, my guest is in the studio.
Yo, it's Ayubu Adam. You are watching the Muse Talk. Sharp.
Hello, I am Etia Henny. You are watching the Muse Talk.
Hi, my name is Kosivia. You're watching the Muse Talk.
Hello, my name is Nino and you're watching the Muse Talk.
Hello, my name is Davia Mifa and you are watching the Muse Talk.
Welcome back. It's still the Muse Talk in case you just joined us. Don't worry, we just started. I'm here to introduce my guest. So my guest today, she's a slammer. She's a championship. Can I say that? She's a championship. I mean, she's a national slam winner. She represented Ghana in Brazil for the World Poetry Slam, and she semifinals. Yes, and trust me, if you know anything about slam or poetry, semifinals is not a joke. Twita Lite is in the studio. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
How are you?
I'm great.
How was Brazil? I'm good. I'm good. How was Brazil?
Brazil was more of an experience and also fun. So I'll say 50% learning, 50% fun.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
I don't
you.
think I ever said that to you.
I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations
Thank
again.
you again.
So, when you won the National Grand Slam
Yeah.
here in Ghana, and then you realized you're going to represent Ghana in Brazil, how was the feeling like?
When I won here for the nationals, I knew there was something ahead that was African because you have to go through the African stage before you qualify for the world.
Okay, so from National Grand,
Yes,
you go to
African.
Africa. So you won that too, right?
Yeah, so they were looking for best 10
Okay.
out of, I think, about, I can't remember the number of African countries, but I was selected as part of the first 10 African countries to represent
Wow.
Africa. And then when I qualified, I placed an effort to check other slammers, their Instagram posts, to see how they go about. And it was I felt like it was going to be very challenging because everybody had the fire. So I was prepared for a challenge. Then I came to tell myself, okay, just imagine you're going for a vacation and then someone invites you to come for an open mic. If you win, fine. If you don't win, you just did a performance and then you had fun.
Oh.
So that was what I kept in my mind. That kept me not to get disappointed.
Oh, but wasn't it scary? Because if I am supposed to represent Ghana somewhere, like that would be a lot of pressure on me.
That's true. It felt like, so I think about after Ghana played the match, I came to write on my status that at least when I represented Ghana, I qualified for semi-finals. Not to say Ghanaians are not good, but I would say I have a whole number of people looking at me that, oh, Twitter is going to represent Ghana. If I fail, everybody will be like, you want to fail?
Yeah, you know, Ghanaians are very good at that.
So it was very scary. It was really, really scary. But like I said, this is about myself. This is about how I'm expressing myself, not to impress anybody. So if I win, it is a good thing for all of us. But if I don't, I went to learn something. I went to have an experience. So I didn't go with an expectation.
Okay. Right. So the eve to, the day you're traveling, how was the whole experience? Like, you were in a hurry to, was that your first time in the plane?
Yes.
Okay, so share the experience with me. Were you scared? You know, when you're going to, you're going on the flight, people say so many things to you, like, oh, you're going to do this, or take chocolate, take this, just so you can stand the height. People say so many things. So what are some of the things people told you in preparation to board in the flight?
when I was going to board the flight, one lady told me that when the flight is moving, you hear a very loud noise in your ear, so you have to keep something in your ear. So when I was sitting in the flight, I was ready for the
And ready
sound,
for everything. Okay.
but I didn't hear anything like that. And I felt like I didn't really feel the excitement of going to pick a flight because they were taking an amount of $1,000 by then, and I had just 2 days.
Who was taking the thousand?
The Ethiopian airline. They said I might run away, so they're taking $1,000. So if I come back,
then you come for your
I come
$1,000.
back for my
But if you plan on running that $1,000,
right.
would be
If I had more than that, I would have just left it. So, so I think I was under pressure because how to get that $1,000 was a very big problem for me at that time. So how I'm like, oh, I'm going to fly, I'm going here. I didn't really think about that, but the main focus was how to get the money. I got the money the same day we were traveling. I think it was about 2 hours to us leaving before I got the money.
So what if you didn't get the money?
I guess would have just disappointed Ghana. And
so I mean, I don't know, is there like a poetry society responsible for things like that? Couldn't they have handled that cost since you're going to represent Ghana?
We contacted a lot of people, but they didn't give us the response.
Okay.
We even contacted the organizers, and they said they've done a lot. Sorry, they've done a lot. Like they've paid for the flights, they've paid for the hotel, they've paid for almost everything.
So, they can't pay for
this
that
one,
too.
And they don't know why Ethiopian Airline is taking that money, so they can't pay for it. We should try and find it.
So did you take your money back though?
I went to take my money.
So you're $1,000 rich, and I was gonna. So now in Brazil, when you met your other competitors, what was it like?
So you see, before I
you Googled them and you saw the things they do.
So I knew, and I hit one of them, like one or two of them up, and I'm like, oh, I want us to be friends before we meet. And some people, like there was a whole group for that, so like there were communications, so that when we meet, I know that I know you before we met.
But I know you when we're on stage. I don't know you.
That's the thing.
Okay.
So when we got, it was then I got to realize that I was even picking the same flights with one person from Ethiopia to Rio. So if I hadn't done that, I mean, we would have just been at the airport. And luckily, he had access to the internet. I didn't.
Okay.
So I felt like when we got there, most of them came with the mindset that we are coming for a competition.
Yeah.
So if they see you, they won't greet you. They won't talk to you. They won't talk to you till those people had started leaving, like they got evicted. Then when they see you, it's like, oh, congratulations, and then all the best in the next round before they'll start giving you the vibe back.
So wait, how was the competition process like? You go through various sessions and then they do evictions?
Right. So it's 2 groups because we're 40 countries. They made it 2 groups, 2020. So first group goes today, and then the next group goes the next day. So if first group 20 people, they are looking for just 10 people from that 20 group. So if you are not part of the first 10, they drop you. So 10-10 goes to semi-final. And then the semi-final, they select another 5-5. And then those people go and then they qualify for the finals.
Wow. So did you have to share a room with any of them, or you were all in your individual spaces and you don't have to speak to anybody till you get to the stage?
About 2 weeks before we went, everybody was asked, do you want to, okay, I would say I was personally asked, would you like to share a room with someone, or you would want us to pay and then you pay? So they're paying for half, and then if you are going in, because you are supposed to share the room with someone.
So if you choose to be in it alone, then you pay half.
You pay half. And then I said, I want to be with someone. So that,
of course,
they would pair you with someone who speaks your language. So if English, they pair you with English. But it has to be girl. It cannot be girl-boy.
Why? What if I'm comfortable with a boy? Anyway, so who were you paired with?
With a Nigerian girl.
Oh, your own neighbor now.
Deborah Johnson. If she's watching, I would say shout out to Deborah.
How is it like? Because I mean, we are both in the competition. We can't be friends in the room. Because what if you steal my strategy or you steal my pieces, things like that?
So if Deborah wants to rehearse, she goes to the bathroom to go and rehearse. And if I want to rehearse, I also tell her I also want to rehearse, so she should excuse me. That was how we were rehearsing in the room. And then we wake up every morning and then we pray
Together?
together.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then when she wakes up early and it's time for breakfast and I haven't woken up, she wakes me up. Like we do everything together. But when it's time for work, we don't know each other.
But I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice if you had to listen to each other's pieces and go like, okay, why don't you say this way? Because I didn't know we win.
We had pieces that we were sharing, but that wasn't our slam pieces.
So what pieces were those?
Normal pieces. We'd say, oh, we want to write something together, and then, but we weren't sharing our slam pieces. Because if I show you my style, and then you also pick something from it, you might just. What if your name was mentioned before my name, or anything could happen?
So aside entering the competition with the mindset that yo, I am going for an open mic. If I win, fine. If I don't win, what other strategy? Because come on, it's a competition. You had that at the back of your mind that I have to win.
I have to win.
What strategy did you put in place, put together to win the competition?
When I was going on stage, I was praying before. I was praying so hard that I'm not picked as the first 5. I wanted to be last.
Why?
Unfortunately for me, I was last because if you are last or like almost last, those ahead of you, you are able to know how they did their crafts, the kind of judges that were there and what they gave them. So fortunately for me, I was last. And then I realized that everybody just comes to stand there. They just use the mic, they stand, perform, and then they're gone. And I was like, how about using my body? Like instead of standing at one place and then just reciting, I can take the mic if I have to lie on the ground, if I have to cry, like use everything. So it was more or less acting that pushed me to the semi-finals. That was the strategy I developed. And I think it helped.
It helped. But again, you know, with competitions like this, it's very tricky because I feel if you're the last person to perform, the judges might be tired. And if you're the first person to perform, so the judges are ready to bombard you. So I feel in the middle there somewhere it's comfortable.
Well, that's true too. I'd wanted to be not last, but it was also a good thing for me when I was last. I was very happy that at least I'm last.
Well, I know the kind of work that goes into poetry and even speaking of slam, but what happened? How come you ended at the semi-finals?
At the semi-finals, I was the first person.
Oh.
And that day I had misplaced my purse. We went to town to go and change our money. I had misplaced my purse, my hotel card. So like, and the point was I was supposed to be in a very good mood. So I think what happened earlier sort of affected me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So,
oh, I'm sorry about that. But you're still a champion,
Okay.
trust me. Because I mean representing Ghana is not a joke at all.
Yeah.
So coming back to Ghana and meeting all these faces looking at you like you didn't win the prize and all of that, how did you put yourself together to face the doubters?
Fortunately for me, I didn't get anyone telling me, oh, you didn't win. Everybody was like, Twita, you were champ because you went through semi-finals. But if I find someone telling me that, oh, you didn't win, I'll tell them that if it be easy, then do one.
I like that piece. It was by Afi, right?
Afi, the incorrect.
Yeah, the incorrect piece. Okay. So what's up with you in poetry? Since you came back from Brazil, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Since I got back, I feel like I should just give myself some space. You know, it was a very heavy thing on me going for the national slam, African, and into the World Cup. So like I placed much effort into it, and so now I'm back. I feel like I should give myself some break. If I have to do my personal work, just do it, raise some money, and then whilst I'm doing it, I'm still gathering more or less craft to put together to come up with something great. So my come up is going to be massive.
Okay, I can't wait for that come up. I cannot wait for that come up. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see the come up.
And and it is really sad. Like
This particular thing, they
on a
happen to people.
wedding day, the wedding, they prepared everything for the wedding. On the wedding day, the man was marrying another person.
Then he sees a post on Facebook. Now he sees the post of his girlfriend's wedding over the weekend.
Girlfriend's wedding. Accept that too.
You can't force a reason out of me. I can't do this anymore.
People want to accept it.
Hey!
She can't do it anymore. I don't even think of
Why are you people on your call like that? It's okay. Stop.
We are not on her. I'm
okay.
behind her.
Let's stop. So why were you in the relationship for that long?
And you broke it up.
Don't like how dare you plan wedding?
Serious.
And then when the wife is ready to walk down the aisle, she finds out you are marrying someone else at a different place. What is wrong with you?
Welcome back. It's still the Muse Talk, and I've been having a beautiful conversation with Twita Lite, who represented Ghana in Brazil for the World Poetry Slam. Trust me, this girl's a champ, man. Well, so on this segment, I call it I don't know what to call it segment. Shaba was on the Muse Talk, and after this segment, he then challenged you to come on the show. That's how come you're here.
Really?
Yes. So you're also going to answer 5 questions. When you're done, you also challenge someone to come on the show.
Okay.
Ready?
Right.
Okay, so pick your first question.
5.
Yes. 5 questions. Truthfully, you answer them. Okay. Most embarrassing moment that still makes you cringe today.
Cringe. If you say cringe, elaborate.
Like when you remember that moment, you're like, oh gosh, that's kind of disgust feeling, or it makes you feel very uncomfortable.
Can we go to the next question and come back to this
Why?
one? Like I have to.
But you don't have time to think because you're thinking of the next and then the next and then the next.
Okay.
But don't worry, I can give you time to think. Just that you answer it and Mami found 2 hands. Okay. What's the most useless skill you have?
The most useless skill I have is making hair.
How is that useless?
I feel like I don't use it enough. So.
And what's stopping you from using it?
Time, maybe.
Okay. So you do beautiful hair.
I think.
If you were given an elephant, you cannot sell it or give it out, what will you do with it? If I give you an elephant and I warn you not to sell it or give it out, what else will you do with it?
I will kill it and then I would cook with it and I'll invite people to come and eat with it.
Is the way I will kill it, like it's a casual thing?
Yeah.
I'll kill it.
I'll kill it. I'll be tired, then I'll use it for soup.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Next question. I hope it's an interesting one. Have you ever been tricked to do something?
Yes.
What was that?
I've been tricked by MTN people to send they called me and told me you're sending scammer, and when I saw them, we blocked your Momo. I was in school by then, so when I saw the message, I thought it was true. So when they were asking, doing anything, I typed my Momo pin and then they took my 200 cedis.
No, wait, say it again.
I was in school, and then I had this message from the MTN people that Ayoba. By then they said it's Ayoba that there's someone has sent me 200 cedis, so they blocked my message, my mobile money. When I went to check my message, the message was there, but I didn't check the spellings to see that they had spelling errors.
But that one is not MTN. It's fraudsters now. How do you blame MTN for this?
So that was when I felt like, how could I let myself be tricked like
I'm
this?
sorry. Please. You are not in MTN for why? I'm sorry about that though. So they took your 200 cedis. You had 200 cedis in your account then. Is how they get the exact. What's the craziest thing you've ever done on a trip?
On a trip.
Yes, I like that. Let's go. Let's have it.
Oh, a lot of things.
Okay, choose one and tell me. The craziest.
The craziest thing is I've gotten so drunk to a point where I had to be brought home by friends. That was the craziest because I'm like, how can I get this? I was throwing up everywhere.
Why? When you were getting tipsy, you couldn't stop.
I don't know. I think it was the influence. So
yeah. Sorry about that. Please, this question
Yes.
Embarrassing moment. So that is not even the embarrassing moment for you.
I think that should have been the embarrassing
Yes,
moment.
but you skipped this. So another one.
I don't know.
Think of something. Come on.
Maybe telling a guy I like him. I shouldn't have.
A particular guy or just telling a guy you like
A
them?
particular guy. Like
Okay.
I felt like I liked the guy too much.
And when you told him, the response was not good.
No, at all.
And what did he say?
He said, "Oh, I'll be me and you.
We are friends.
Nothing
Can
like
never happen."
I shouldn't have.
I am sorry. But actually, there's nothing wrong with telling a guy that I like you and the guy goes, because we tell guys worse things.
In this space, you can't tell a guy how you feel.
Well, I feel we should have a different strategy. Don't say how you feel, but show how you feel.
Yeah, that is what.
So that if he feels the same way for you,
then to connect.
Yes.
I think that was what I was supposed to do, but someone should have given me this advice and we wouldn't have ended up.
But it's okay. I mean, you were the bigger person, you're the stronger person. He was a baby. So I want you to look in that camera and then invite someone on the show. I think challenge is like, I'm going to be the person. So just invite someone on the show.
Anybody who has been here before?
Oh, no. Anyone in the art space.
Okay. I would challenge I'll challenge Jewel.
Jewel King Speaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
just say Jewel King Speaks. I challenge you on the
Hi, Jewel King Speaks. I am saying that I am challenging you on the Muse Talk.
Okay, so Jewel, you heard it. You have been challenged on the Muse Talk. So please, like I always say, try and clear your schedule for me. So when I reach out to you, you can come here. Then we have another interesting conversation. Okay? Mwega mwega. You know how we do it. Okay, great. So recently we have another slam champ who is also representing Ghana in Togo. I understand. Yes. How was it like sitting back and watching people go through the process you went through and having a winner? How was it like for you? And apparently the winner is your friend.
Yes.
So I mean, how is it like for you?
Well, it is very exciting. I'm very proud that another woman took
very
this.
important.
Yes. Women empowerment.
Yes.
I'm very proud of her. But I feel like winning the national slam is not enough because you're going to Africa and you're going to meet a lot of Africans' rights. So you're going to meet all these people and then having to go through the world. So it is not a time to sit back. It is not a time to feel, oh, I won national. I had that excitement when I won, but I sat down and I realized that no, you can't say you are keeping the pride of being a national slam, so you will not work hard. So I would just say she should work hard. She should not play. Like, she should not sleep at all because there are a lot of things to be done ahead. When she starts processing her passport and visa and all of that, she might not even have time to memorize her whole thing. So this is the time for her to start. Yes.
Okay. And when you represent Ghana in those countries, you cannot do pieces you've done before, right? It has to be new pieces altogether.
New pieces. And unfortunately, they take your poems, I think, 6 months before.
Okay.
So you can't make any changes once you've submitted them.
And you have to say the exact
thing, like word for word.
Why? When you're saying it, you're looking at it or something?
There's a translation. Like The
Oh,
projector
so they
is
have to translate it and all. That's why you need to say the
because
exact
it's
thing.
40 countries and they have to translate for everybody.
Okay. What's that?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Wow. But I was at the champion. No, I was at the slam because I hear slam and championship is the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was at the event and I witnessed the different slammers perform. What do you think? Do you think there's future for slam in Ghana?
Not to
Your honest opinion.
not to break anybody's heart,
Mhm.
but we've had enough of the punchlines, we've had enough of the bars, we've had enough of the attitude. We need the emotions, we need the art, we need your body language. Because if you should do, I have a car, so I went to the bar and then I sat. Like when there's a translation, like in French, in Portuguese, in Chinese, whatever there is, these the car and then the bar might not sound the same.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make any
Any
sense. So
sense.
these things are things that should just be limited.
Mm.
And if you are thinking of being an international poet or an artist, you should consider this.
Mm-hmm.
If they work hard, honestly, there's a future. I think there's a lot of work to be done, honestly.
Because I feel something might be like you bars in Ghana,
Yeah.
but elsewhere
It is
they will
not
not
at
be able
all,
to relate
at all,
with what
at
you're
all.
doing.
And then the confidence and the style, you know, if you're going on stage, you should know that the stage is your workplace. So how you dress, you know, your confidence
I always have a problem with that, man.
on the stage is very important. Some people, well,
You know, I've always had a problem with the way some people approach their profession. I mean, when you see a banker in the bank, they are dressed to suit it.
right.
But sometimes when you see an artist, they anyhow, I mean,
Surprises me.
I
right?
know. So how watching the slammers perform, I saw that a lot of them forgot their lines and they got emotional. And is that a normal thing, or we need to be accurate at all times?
When I went for the World Slam, I forgot my lines.
So how did you sail through?
I forgot my lines and I couldn't get back, but I created something with it, and I ended exactly where I forgot my lines. Because if I went further, I would have maybe changed the lines, which would affect me. But because they are projecting, if I end, they also end.
Oh, so you just stopped?
Yes, so I just stopped. But I made sure I ended in an artistic way.
Wow. But is it normal for people to be giving feedbacks while people are slamming? Because sometimes it distracts the
It's
slammers.
normal. If footballers are playing on the field, there are people that are cheering them up. There are people that are calling their names. They can't be distracted because they are supposed to focus. So it's the same thing.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming.
Concentrated mind is never
Disturbed. I know. I just learned that from you. Thank you so much, Twita, for coming. I know you're saying that your comeback is going to be great,
It's going to be great.
Tell us what we should expect from you this year, next year,
This
whenever you're
year,
ready.
I'm currently working on my book.
Oh, book?
Yes, it's a poetry collection from, I think, poets across the world. You know,
Okay.
I have writers from Spain. I have writers from Germany. Like,
oh, the network, huh?
Right. So I'm working on that, which will be out probably very soon. So, and then I would want to work on my first album or EP. Yeah. So a whole lot of things.
Poetry EP.
A poetry EP.
Okay.
A whole lot of things that I've placed on paper that I cannot talk about, but when it starts, you know,
you'll see it unfold.
You'll see it yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Twita, for coming. I know you have a pretty busy schedule, but when I reached out, you came. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Like you heard, a concentrated mind is never disturbed. Thank you also for sharing your moments with me. I had a very interesting conversation with Twita Lite. Well, she's my champ. I don't care if she ended at semifinals, but she is my world poetry champ, people. Thank you. The Muse Talk was powered by the Muse Hub and brought to you by Lenore Thrift. You can just call the number on the screen and they'll hook you up with your corporate wears, your palazzo pants, anything you need to wear to look dope in that office. They're your people. You can also link up with them on social media, Lenore_Thrift, and trust me, you'll never look the same. See, I'm looking good in my green. I think I should consider green as another favorite color. What do you think? Okay, so have a good one and bye bye.